guys, so this is my daytime skincare routine. Basically, I'm going to show the products in the steps that I use them and kind of explain as I go if I sort of switch stuff around. I'm going to preface this video with basically saying that I know I get a lot of messages and emails and comments in regards to what other people can do for their skin. And as I mentioned in the previous touch-up video, I really am not qualified to answer questions or diagnose people via the internet, people that I can't see. And even if I could see you, I'm not qualified to do any kind of diagnostics at all. For instance, I am 20 and I have oily skin, I have combination skin, or I have breakouts here and there. What kind of skincare should I be using? What should I use as a 19-year-old? I don't know. I don't have that skin type. I have super, super dry, dehydrated skin. When I was 18 or 19, I have to tell you honestly, I didn't obsess about my skincare. I used sort of a basic regimen, like my Shiseido stuff that I've been using for decades and decades, but I didn't, there wasn't this huge push for anti-aging products. Like I have girls who are 19 or 20 saying, you know, can I use anti-aging products, or I've got fine lines, should I start using it now? And when I was that age, the media, the magazines, there was never a big push for anti-aging. So it was, you know, cleanser, moisturizer, toner, maybe an eye cream, maybe. I don't even think I was using eye creams in my teens and maybe even early 20s. So the skincare sort of environment landscape has really, really changed over the last 20, 25 years or so, in my mind. So the things that I was worried about, the things that I was thinking when I was in my late teens, early 20s, it's just not the same. There's different pressures and different images being shown now to younger girls that are making them think about their skin in a different way than I did. So I really can't answer questions in that regard. Again, I've never seen you before. Even if I was a licensed dermatologist, there would be no, I would be like sued for malpractice. It would just be completely unethical for me to have somebody that I've never met before, don't know their history, don't know anything about them, can't even visually see them, and then start telling them and prescribing them products and things to use. That's just, any dermatologist who's going to do that, you shouldn't be going to see. So there's rigorous practices in place for a reason. But any question regarding any of the products that I'm actually showing, if you have the same skin type as me, I can certainly try and answer any of those questions. The thing is though, is not only is it specific to age and skin type, ethnicity also plays a really, really huge part of it. I hate to say that because I'd much rather be sort of egalitarian, think everyone's all the same and stuff, but speaking to skincare experts and dermatologists, they have told me that Asian skin is very, very specific, as is African American skin, or just African skin, not necessarily American. And Caucasian skin, there are different issues with each skin type, and our textures and tones and issues are different. So I speak about some of those differences in my hyperpigmentation video, which is also in the playlist under Skin Related, where this video will also be in. So I just wanted to do that because I do get so many emails and comments and stuff asking, you know, what should I use, and can I do this, and can I do that, and I feel so bad, and I've actually put it on my channel page that I'm not qualified to do those things. But I will try to help all of you out in terms of any products that I'm showing, any questions that you have about these specific products. I will, you know, like give you as much information as I possibly can, probably more than you want. So in that regard, and again, if you are my skin type, my ethnicity, my age range, I would say anywhere from mid to late 30s into your 40s, I can probably help you in that. Anything younger than that, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember what it was like, what my skin was doing in its 20s. It looked good, because I was 20, and so if you're 20, don't worry about it, because it's going to look good. You're at the peak there. So, right, I'm just going to warn you, this may be a long video, so I'm only hoping to do it once because even 5-10 years from now, I'll probably show exactly the same products, just like these products are pretty much the same as the other skincare stuff when I first started the channel. So without further ado, here we go. So morning, I use one of two things. I used to only use these two things. This is the Shiseido Benefiance Brightening Cleansing Foam. And I used it with my Clarisonic. I do not use my Clarisonic at night to take off makeup like so many of you do. I use it in the morning only. I use it in the shower. For me, because I use serums in the day and I use, you know, my retinol and Retin-A at night, but the serums, I want them to really absorb into my skin to give me that extra protection from the sun. And really, you know, I want all of that working throughout the day. So that is when I use my Clarisonic, strictly in the daytime with my cleansing foam. I put a small dollop, do that. I have it on the gentlest setting. I have the gentlest head. And even some days when I feel it, you know, it's about listening to your own skin. There are certain days where I'm like, ooh, I can really feel this. I won't use it for the entire cycle. I will just do what I need right in the T-zone and then let it just sort of, you know, play out and then just die on its own. So there's that. When I'm not doing that, I used to do that every day. Now I'm not doing that every day. I'm only maybe even doing it once a week, maybe twice a week. I'm now using this Tatcha polish, this Gentle Rice enzyme, every single day because I don't have makeup on my skin. I just need that sort of cleaning the excess oil and the buildup and the sleep gunk and stuff. This is so beautiful. I love it. I spoke about it in the Tatcha video, so I won't go on and on, but oh my gosh, fantastic. So after cleansing, the Dermalogica, I was using this. I'm no longer going to use it because this replaces that. They're very, very similar in terms of the product. Not what it does and the texture of it, but in the philosophy of it. They're very, very similar, which is sort of like a rice powder type of product. So that. The only other thing that I will do in the day is use my Amaze gel. Again, I want to just clean everything out and have my serums really absorb. So I use this night and day too, but I tend to use it in the day more because I just want that super, super clean palette so that when I put on makeup and everything, you know, the makeup really is there to just enhance what already exists. If you have like, you know, crackerjack skin, no amount of foundation and stuff, it's going to make that look good. So if you start with good skin, you don't really have to use a lot of foundation, concealer, or any of that sort of stuff. Yes, it can mask certain little imperfections. Absolutely, that's what foundation is, an illusion. But if you have if your skin is acting really super crazy, it's just going to look worse if you pile stuff on top of it. So this is a Viva Amaze. It's an enzyme exfoliator. What I love about this is even though I'm doing so much exfoliation and doing this sort of stuff, what I love about it is I can see it. Because as you rub it into your skin, it kernels into little dry, dead, flaky, I mean, it's just gross. It just sort of all falls and you can see the sort of kernels and your dead skin. So there are some times, you know, I'm just kind of gross that way where I'm like, yeah, I need to see it. I need it proven. So there's that. After that, completely clean, I use the Shiseido Bio Performance Super Eye Contour Cream. So just little dots, just patting that in. That's my day eye cream. Afterwards, I tone. And this is what I have been using for quite a while now. This is again the Viva Facial Toner. And it's a very, very basic toner. That is why I'm using it. Because I've got, you know, the stuff that I want heavy duty is my serums and, you know, sealing in moisture, the toner. I just need some extra hydration. My skin is really, really dry. So this toner, this particular one for the day, I just really need it so that it's just going to lock in some moisture. I'm just going to add a little bit more water and lock it in with serums and oils afterwards. So this is a very, very basic toner. It's literally purified water, essential oils of mandarin, rose, geranium, witch hazel, arnica, silicon, citrus extract. That's it. Very, very basic. The other toner, because this is basically what happens. Sometimes, as I was mentioning in the Tatcha skincare video, like working out, your muscles get used to something, and then you're not challenging it. So I will switch off on skincare to keep my skin sort of on its tippy toes. It's never quite used to one thing all the time. So when I see it looking a little bit lackluster, I'll introduce another product. But the introduction is another product that is tried and true. So I'm not testing out tons and tons of stuff. I will test out stuff for the channel, but that's a whole nother video and the way that I go about doing it. So this, I will switch off on things that are already my holy grails or things that are proven. So I also switch off to the Dr. Hauschka. Now I'm finding this, now that I'm getting older, a little bit too much for my skin. It really has a woo, you know, like an invigorating sense. And I find sometimes in the last little while it's been a bit too much, which is why I haven't replenished, but I wanted to show you this. It is a great toner, but my skin's just reacting a little bit. It's a little bit too harsh for me right now. So I'm just sticking with that, the Viva toner. Next come your serums. CE Ferulic. That's all you need. That's all you want. Oh my God, the glowing. I have a whole video on it under my Miracle product. I had to re-edit it a few times. I did miss some really valid information that I had in my first video that I had to take down. But I think I've spoken about it so many times, really. I don't need to go on and on, but this is my Miracle, Holy of Grails. I will never be without it. Glowing, glowing skin, added protection from the sun, extra efficacy of your sunscreens. It's just a miracle. If I'm not doing that, because sometimes it's overcast, it's cloudy, this does stay for 3 days in your system. So if you don't want to use it every day, I do use it quite a bit because I like the glow factor of it, but you certainly don't need to, so you can make this last a little bit longer. So on the days that I'm not using this, on certain overcast days when, I'm not wearing makeup, I don't need to look fantastic, I'm just bumming around and stuff, but I still want my skin I still want to treat my skin with respect and love and care. It's the Tatcha serum. Phenomenal serum. I spoke about this in the video, so I won't go on and on. Beautiful, beautiful serum. It's really the only other one that it's very different than this. Very, very different. But I do see the brighten effects and the hyperpigmentation. It really just calms that down. So that's it. I've been using this for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. Amazing. Just started to incorporate this. I really don't like to do tons of different serums in the day. One serum, retin-A at night. That's it. Moisturizers. Right. Argan oil. It's a staple. Love, love, love it. Makes your foundations look genius. Any foundation. Fantastic. Rose Day Cream. That's what I also switch it off with. As you can see, I'm sort of not doing my Rose Day. I just finished this, so I finished my cycle, and it was getting used to the Hauschka, so now I'm using back to the Argan. When it starts getting used to that, back to this. Because it also is thick, and it's a great base for foundation as well, because it is so emollient, just like an oil. So, love that. And then, La Mer, I mean, honestly, would I keep repurchasing? No, this is not like a must-have, maybe once every couple of years. This lasts for quite a while, but I don't need to have it. I don't think it's a miracle by any means, but it is thick. I like it under foundation. I believe Kevin O'Quan used that almost exclusively under his foundation because it just makes the foundation glide and move beautifully and just gives it that beautiful glow and sheen. So I can see why he does that. This honestly does exactly the same thing. This is probably a little bit thicker, yes. But honestly, if you can't afford this, obviously, then this. It's nice though, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with it, it's nice, but it's not like, oh my God, I have to save up my pennies because I read it in every magazine and every celebrity uses it and everybody's using it, so it must be, no, honey, it's not. It's good. I like it. I will repurchase it, but not the claims of what they're saying that it's like some, oh my God, holy grail, your skin is just going to look perfect afterwards. No, that's not the case. So there's that. And then lastly, sunscreen, Skinceuticals, Ultimate UV Defense, SPF 30, amazing. After that, throughout the day, sunscreen, because really, if you go 4 hours and you're not replying 2 to 4 hours, somewhere in there, it's almost like you have no sunscreen at all. So you always have to reapply. And you know, if you've already got makeup and you don't want to put more cream on, so these little things, I think Bare Minerals does one, Color Science does one. I just stick with the Peter Thomas Roth. There's that, and then a lip balm. And then it gets hydrated, and then you put your makeup on or your lipstick and all that stuff afterwards. So that is my daytime skincare routine, and hopefully you found that helpful. Again, I can answer any questions about any of the products themselves. Let me think, do I have any other? I just want to make sure I'm not... No, I think I have everything covered. So again, these are probably exactly the same products in my last video from 2 years ago. So really, I do tend to use the same thing and stick with it. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So anyways, I hope you found that helpful, and I'm on to my nighttime routine. Thanks so much, guys.